Hey YouTube, how's it going today? Today we're going to be doing a little unboxing and a little review of the new GOG Extcy. See right away, the GOG Extcy case, you have the Extcy logo right on front, and it's very nice because it's very durable. It's a really nice plastic. I also like the fact that they are buckles on the front, which makes it less likely to just pop open or break. So the buckles are a really nice feature. It's actually a very nice case. Inside you find your toolkit, your spare parts kit. It's a little small, but I mean it'll get the job done. Your Smart Parts barrel sock, your 13-inch matte black ported barrel, ion thread, your manual, and your marker. Right away, you notice that the manual is a CD rather than a hard copy. Personally, I'm a little iffy. It go either way with that. If I have to go into the manual, I prefer a hard copy just because I mean it's a lot easier to navigate things. If you don't have a computer around, then you're kind of screwed. But the nice thing about it is it says video on it. However, it's not a video. It's actually a PDF file. You'll play it through a Mac or a PC as long as you have the Adobe software, which is free to download. And it's full color, it's full detail, and the good thing is you can just print it out right from the CD, so you can have the CD and a hard copy. That's what I would suggest right away doing. Just making yourself a hard copy to have with your CD. But like I said, the CD is nice because the manual on the CD is full color, and it's a really detailed manual. The barrel, like I said, it's 13 inches ported. It's nothing. I mean, nothing special. It's your generic stock barrel that you'd find on most markers, especially the price. But I mean, it's pretty nice. And your Extcy marker. A lot of people say right off the bat it looks like an ion. Yes, I guess it does, but it's definitely an improvement over the Smart Parts ion. I mean, GOG just did a whole pretty much came in, demolished it, rebuilt it, and this is what they got, and it's definitely an improvement. Right away we'll come down, we'll go from the top to bottom of the marker. So down here you have your on-off ASA. I like the fact that it's an on-off. I'm a huge fan of on-offs. I really like the grooves that you find in the on-off. It's very easy to turn. I also like the fact of the ASA hangs a little lower off the grip frame of the gun. So if you have a smaller regulator on your tank, it's not going to bump into the grips. It's not going to not fit. So that's definitely nice. Well, I know a lot of people will have a problem with this. The steel hose. Personally, I do not have a problem with it. I heard steel hoses are less likely to leak than a macro line. I have both steel hose guns and macro line guns. Yes, I do like the macro line a little more, but I have had problems with them before. I mean, I've had to change out a bunch of them. They're not very expensive, but it's just a hassle. So I do like the fact, actually, that it does have a steel hose, just for the likeliness of it not to leak. So that's not a huge problem. The only thing I don't understand is why they did it from the front of the back of the regulator to the side. I am a left-handed player, so it gets. I mean, I'm not hitting it, but it's a little uncomfortable when I'm gonna take off my air tank because I'm so used to reaching down with my left hand, and I can't because I'm very limited because it's on the left-hand side. So I have to take it from the right-hand side, which isn't a huge deal. I mean, you get used to it. Just something I noticed right off the bat that it inconveniences left-handed players just a little bit. We'll come over to the regulator. I heard these regulators on the GOG Extcy are one of the best regulators that you can put on a marker, especially for the price. These guns retail for $249, and I heard these regulators are fantastic. I know a lot of people right away are going to want to upgrade it to like a die, a hybrid, a custom products. I can tell you right now that I'm going to leave this stock for as long as I possibly can, just because I heard I heard such great reviews of these regulators, and as of right now, I haven't been disappointed from it. So I mean, I'm just going to leave it stock as long as I can. You notice that the frame of the entire gun is aluminum. It's polished aluminum, made black. When you get up to this part of the gun here, this is rubber here, and the body itself is plastic. Now, the reason why GOG did plastic bodies is because they are interchangeable. Like mine is in white, obviously, but you can get a black one, a red one, blue, lime green, and a forest green. So I think that's pretty neat. Yeah, I guess it goes by taste of the color, but it's pretty unique. The fact that you can change them between so many different colors. So that's kind of neat. Right away, the grips are completely rubber, which I like very much. They're very comfortable. They're not slippery. Notice that the trigger guard is very big. You have a lot of room to walk your trigger. So that's a bonus. You notice a little bit once you take your marker out that it is a little heavy. For a speedball gun, it's got a little weight, especially with the barrel attached. It's a little heavy. I don't use the stock barrel. I upgraded to a 16-inch custom products barrel. It's a one piece, but it gets the job done, and it's a little heavy, but I mean it's not bad at all. You definitely get used to it, and it definitely beats out lugging around a Tippmann if you're playing woods ball. I mean, obviously. Okay, so we get back to the marker, and you notice that the trigger does move from side to side just a little bit, which can be adjusted from your screws here inside. Make it just a little tighter if you want. Another thing is it is a little stiff on the trigger pull. Some people might have a problem with that. A lot of people, the first thing they're going to do is upgrade to a new trigger. Personally, I'm not going to bother with it as long as I can walk it, and I like the design of it because, I mean, this is exactly where I have my fingers when I walk triggers. So the design of it for me isn't a flaw. It works perfectly for me. I mean, down the line, if I want to upgrade it, then I will, but as of right now, it's perfectly fine for me. You definitely get used to the stiffness of it, and you know, you just move your fingers around a little more. It's not a big deal. You have your detent covers, plastic, but I guess they're pretty nice. I mean, pretty easy to take off. You just use your Allen wrench, come right out, which is nice. I also like the bolt removal. It's toolless, so you just unscrew it. I'm not gonna do it, but you just unscrew it. Your bolt pops out. Clean it, lube it. So that's pretty easy. It's very easy maintenance. If you're on off to the gun right here, green, your eyes are on. Red, your eyes are off, and then you hold it in, and it turns off. It's very simple. Programming is also pretty simple once you read into it in the manual and once you get used to it. It took me a little bit, but I didn't realize you have to take the grip off and change it from factory settings to program settings. After you get into your program settings, you can program your balls per second, your rate of fire, your firing modes, your dwell. I mean, right out of the box, you're shooting semi-auto with the dwell set to CO2. Set my dwell to compressed air, set it to PSP ramping, 13 balls per second, and I'm good to go. So once you read into the manual, it's very easy to program this gun, which is a huge plus, because when you're on the field, if you just want to change your settings, that's all you have to do. Click the button, click the trigger a few times, and that's it. I mean, that's actually a really nice feature that they made it so simplistic and so easy to change your modes. Come up to the feed neck. Pros and cons about the feed neck. I do like the fact that it is low profile to the marker. I use a Pinocchio loader, so obviously they're a little bigger. It sits pretty high up on my gun, but it fits perfectly within the feed neck, which is nice. One of the downsides to the feed neck is the fact that it's not clamping. You have to adjust it from the screw here with an Allen key. It changes the width of the feed neck, and you just put whatever hopper you have in there. So it makes it a little harder to get your hopper out at the end of the day, but I mean it's toolless rather, or you have to use tools rather than it being toolless, which if you're not lazy, then you're going to be okay. It'll fit pretty much any hopper, so you're good to go. I like the fact that, I mean, with a QEV installed or a QEV, this thing can shoot up to 25 balls per second. I know you're not going to find any place that's going to let you play with 25 per second, but I still think that's pretty cool. You just want to shoot ropes in your backyard. It's capable of it as long as you have a hopper that can feed fast enough. Upgrades, right away, like I said, I upgraded my barrel just because that's usually what I do for any marker. But I mean, this thing, other than that, is bone stock, and I'm really impressed by the performance that it has. It's very efficient. It's accurate. I mean, shot very nice. Yeah, it's not very loud. It doesn't have a big recoil, which is really nice. Most spool markers don't, but I mean, I like that. My Pinocchio loader holds 230 paintballs. I shot about 2.5 hoppers out of like 900, maybe 1,000 psi. So that's really not that bad if you think about it. So I was pretty impressed by that. I mean, the marker retails for $249. I got mine on zephyrpaintball.com. And it's, for the price, I mean, it's a really great marker. If you're just starting out, if you're just starting out, or, I mean, even your mid-level entry, I play 3-on-3 almost every weekend. I've been playing for 9 years. I got out of the sport, I just got back into it, and this was a great pickup. I mean, this thing's consistent, it's accurate, it's efficient. I mean, it shoots ropes, it really does. For what you're paying for, you're getting more. You're definitely getting more than what you paid for from the marker. GOG did a really nice job turning this thing into what it should have been in the first place. And yeah, that's a little review. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, if you pick one of these up, you're not going to be disappointed, really. Even bone stock, I haven't been disappointed yet. I haven't chopped the ball. So I'm really looking forward to some of the new upgrades that they're going to come out with this. Eventually down the line, I'll invest in some. As of right now, bone stock, I'm very happy with the performance of this marker. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a good one.